Hey everybody, welcome back to Monday with Matt. This is the first video in the new year.
Woo!
So if you guys read my post last week about my 2016 fitness goals, one of those is to stretch more. Matt always gets mad at me because I don't stretch, and then I always have really sore muscles or my joints are really tight, and it's because I don't stretch and I don't foam roll. So to help me and to help you guys start the year off right, we are going to run through 5 stretches for the morning and 5 for the evening that you can do. It'll only take about 5 minutes, but you can wake up, start your day on the right foot with these 5 morning stretches, and then before you go to bed, you can wind down and fix all of the things that sitting in an office chair destroys all day long. By doing these 5 in the evening. Plus, it'll hopefully help you get a more restful night's sleep. So we are just going to dive right in to the morning stretches. Okay guys, so cats, dogs, on your hands and on your knees. Do a cat, Matt.
Cats actually kind of do both, but we'll call this the kitty cat.
So raise your back,
And then
tuck
woof.
your head, and then go into the opposite, arch your back, bring your neck up, and that's a dog. And you're going to do this 20
Woof.
times because it's good for your back.
Now, if you're in the Midwest, this would be the cat and the cow. Moo!
I take offense to that.
Moo! Then if you're in the Middle East, you do the camel and the cat.
Main hip flexor, just grab your foot and pull. If you need a little extra, you can lean forward a little bit. Hold each side for about 30 seconds. So
Be sure to tuck in your abs and your glutes. That way you get a good stretch in the front of the thigh tip. Booty in, shoulders back, chin up.
So then we're gonna switch. I don't have as much range of motion on this leg, so it's a little more difficult. That's okay. And
Yeah, nice stretch.
30, yeah, it feels really good in the front of my thigh.
So the next one is counter stretch. I prefer to use a countertop, but you can use a wall if a counter's not available. You want to get into a position where your hands are against the wall, where you have a good grip there to stabilize your shoulders, and then bend to about a 90-degree angle between the hips and the knees. So you don't want your feet too far forward and not too far back. So from this position, keep the elbows straight, let the head completely relax, arch the chest and stomach to the ground while keeping your knees very straight. You're going to get a really good shoulder stretch, possibly lower back, and definitely hamstrings and calves.
Yeah, I'm feeling this right behind my knees.
So my hands are a little sweaty because I've been working out, so my hands are slipping a little bit. So thus a counter or a chair is a better fit. But if you don't have that, this is an excellent substitution, but an amazing exercise to stretch out your shoulders and your hips and your lower back when you're waking up in the morning to get the day started right.
Okay guys, so back on the wall, you are just going to put your hands out in front of you, interlace your fingers, and up, touch the wall, or as close as you can without bending your elbows. And this seems silly, but when you get to the end, you'll actually feel a little bit of muscle fatigue.
This exercise is kind of opposite what you do during the day. So very similar to the counter stretch in that it really stretches out your shoulders and activates your upper back muscles, which typically get very weak from sitting too much, working on a computer, leaning over a desk, or whatever occupation that you have. So it really helps get your back straight. Next exercise is spread foot forward. So we're going to be stretching out inner thighs and hips and hamstrings. Great exercise. So you're going to interlace your 2 thumbs together, place your hands on the ground, spread your feet out far enough to where you can touch the ground and get a nice stretch on your inner thighs. If you're not able to touch the ground, because not everyone is, there are 2 modifications. 1, you can place your hands on your thighs. 2, you can place your hands on a block, pillows, chair, something else. And then you want to hold this position for 30 seconds while keeping your back flat, straight, and keeping your knees straight. It should be a strong stretch of the inner thigh, maybe the calves and hamstrings as well. So after 30 seconds there, we're going to move to your left, 30 seconds in that position. So you're not only stretching more on the left hamstring and inner thigh, but you're actually also stretching out the spine. So you're getting the side of the back and the lower back, which is great. And then after 30 seconds there, we're going to move to your right, holding that for 30 seconds. And then once you finish that, come back to the middle. just for 10 seconds to center your body out since you spent so much time to the left and right. And that's the spread foot forward.
Guys, so you need a wall, obviously, and you're going to get perpendicular to the wall. Get your booty as close to the wall, if not touching, as you can. You want your knees to be straight and your feet to be flexed and slightly pigeon-toed. And then, what are we doing with our upper body, Matt?
Interlacing fingers, walking the elbows out, and then lowering to the ground. Don't forget to breathe. So here you're getting a lot of stretching on the calves, the hamstrings, and shoulders. So the reason for doing the hamstring here is because, one, you're inverted, and so after sitting and standing for a long day, this reverses the blood flow, and it gives the body a break. It takes pressure off the veins and arteries in your legs, and really allows you to settle the lower back, down, and shoulders.
Next position that you want to get in, you're still on the wall, you've just scooted back a little bit, and you have your legs in a perpendicular shape now, making a 90-degree angle with the wall. Then the other one is going to come here, and you are just going to feel this in your hip. And you're just going to stay in this position until you feel the stretch doing its job.
Yeah, so you should feel the left hip stretching in this position. If you don't feel a lot there, you can continue to push out a little bit. There are more advanced positions, but when you're ending your day, you want to be gentle to your body. So either way you go, even if it's not a big stretch, it's still elongating your lower back and your hips, so it's very relaxing, and it will help you sleep a lot better.
And you switch.
Make sure that when you're doing this that your second toe, your knee, and your hip are in good alignment. You don't want to be out of alignment. That way your body's in neutral position and you just feel better. And then you make sure you rotate that leg outwards.
Okay guys, so the third one, you're going to go basically just tip over from what you were in a minute ago, and you are going to twist over and stretch your spine. Usually after a long day, all of my vertebrae pop, but I've already exercised and stretched this morning, so it's not happening, but it's kind of a gross feeling. And then you roll.
Talk about a stretch. That really stretches out your spine, and it really stretches out your chest. So for those of you that are working on a desk or working on a computer all day or your phone, this really stretches out your shoulders and your chest. It's a really amazing stretch. Make sure that when you're doing it to really work your a long, slow, deep inhale and a long, slow exhale, and that will really help you stretch out better.
So now we're going to get into a little bit of yoga and do a child's pose.
So we want to sit back onto our heels. You want to walk your hands forward. Let your head completely sag, and let your spine sag. So you are completely relaxed. You're not holding anything at all. Work your deep breathing, long, slow inhale, long, slow exhale. That will reduce your blood pressure. It will help to turn off your adrenals. It will help the muscles relax so you can settle down at night and have a nice sleep.
So our last one to get ready for bed is a kneeling hip flexor. So this is kind of like what some people consider a runner's stretch. Okay guys, so that was your morning and your evening stretch routine. Hopefully you guys can do these every day. I'm going to definitely try to start doing it more, and I'm also going to start using my foam roller because I always have really sore muscles and I'm always really tight, so I would like to resolve that in the new year. So we will see you guys next Monday with a really awesome ab workout. And don't forget to check the links down below. Matt's website is there, my social medias are all there, and a link to the blog where you can see all of our Monday with Matt videos. So check those out, and we will see you next week. Bye.